Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Today we are going to do a 300-point modern theme team based around some figures. It came from the new Deadpool Weapon X set. Now when this figure was first spoiled and I saw one of his powers, I immediately thought of another character and this combo for this team. The rest kind of just fell together, but the first two characters I'm going to show you here have been thought about and planned about since the first figure was spoiled. So, having said that, we are going to be doing a X-Men 300-point modern theme team based around Colossus, but not Colossus Prime like most people are stammering to get. We're talking about just regular, rare Colossus. Amazing sculpt. Glad to see that they again did not disappoint with a Colossus sculpt. Just the classic look. Very shiny. Let's take a look at what Colossus does. Rare number 43A has the X-Men team ability. There we go. X-Men team ability, Acolytes, Excalibur, X-Force, X-Men, and Armor keywords. Comes with the trait, Iron Curtain. Colossus and adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with him can reduce penetrating damage and can't have their combat values modified by opposing effects. Love all of that. Great trait, especially for Colossus. That's what you expect to see from a Colossus. Does also have this defensive power throughout his dial. Defend, my friends. Defend, period. Invulnerability, period. And that is protected from Outwit and Pulse Wave. As soon as I saw that, I knew I had to team him up with another character, who we'll get to in just a moment. Does also have improved movement through blocking terrain. 100 points. Has charge throughout, super strength at the top with some quake at the tail end, and switches on and off between empower and close combat expert. So has a night with that defensive power, has that defend throughout, starting off the 19 defend, invuln that does reduce penetrating damage, so that's great. Yeah. Other than that, pretty straightforward. But like I said, once I saw that defensive power, I knew he had to be teamed up with someone specific. And that is why from the X of Swords storyline OP set, we're bringing in rare number 27 Manifold to join Colossus. I felt like this was a no-brainer. I didn't know if anybody else had this thought. But I thought teaming Colossus up with Manifold at his 30-point dial would just do amazing things. There's the dial. Does come with the shield team ability and team player team ability. Charge, blades on the first click. Close combat expert throughout, and special defensive power there on his first click, and that is why I immediately thought of him. Has the trait folding space around you. Passenger 2, facing teleport, stealth. When Manifold uses facing teleport after resolutions, you may choose a character whose square he moves through. That character can't use improved abilities until your next turn. Comes in handy. The best part about that is the Passenger 2. We're just going to have Manifold carrying around Colossus. I did forget to mention, he does have the AIM, Avengers, Sword, Wakanda, and X-Men keywords. But that one click of special defensive power is what comes in handy with Colossus. Positional awareness, combat reflexes, willpower. Adjacent friendly characters can use combat reflexes. So, let's look at Colossus again. That is now a 21 defense when adjacent to Manifold for close attacks. Yeah. And then his defend transfers over to Manifold, giving Manifold a 21 defense against close attacks as well, as long as they are adjacent. Yeah, so Manifold was the first thing I thought of when I saw the Colossus reveal, and I could not wait to get the Colossus. I didn't even wait to try to pull one in a brick. As soon as I was able to order one off eBay, I made sure I got one, which worked out because I didn't actually pull one. But we can make it a little bit better. Just a little bit better. And I didn't mention, since he has the phasing teleport, you can just teleport him up 10 spots with Colossus and base whatever character you want that you're able to 11 squares away, and now they have to deal with Colossus with a 21 defense up close. And also, he can't be out, his defensive power can't be outwit. So yeah, have fun dealing with that. But on top of that, we are going to add his second passenger, Manifold's second passenger, from the Deadpool Weapon X set. Everybody keeps talking about the time breakers. I'm talking about Multiple Man. At 10 points, now this might be a little blasphemous, I am only using one Multiple Man for this team. That's because he is the second passenger, and all he is doing is tagging along to cause mischief. Has a team player team ability, has Hydra, X-Corp, X-Factor, X-Men, Detective, Police, and Spy keywords. Has the trait Do the Math, free if Multiple Man began your turn on the map, roll a d6, generate a number 13 Multiple Man from your KO area. Pretty straightforward, right? Has some sidestep, mastermind, and empower. But if you go ahead and put him with them, he now also gets the combat reflexes and benefits from the defend. He is also at a 21 defense with that mastermind. And he gives him power to both Colossus and to Manifold. So now Colossus, and we're doing all these pluses that we just added, now has an 8 charge, 12 attack, 21 defense with close, and 5 damage with the empower and the close combat and the combat reflexes now added to him. Not what I want to be based up against, especially if he's holding an object with his super strength. So I knew I had to get a team together based on that combination. But we're going to need a little bit of range to go with this. So let us add from the Deadpool Weapon X set. We are going to go with Cyclops, rare number 44, I'm sorry. And this is actually one of my favorite Cyclops. This is my favorite Cyclops sculpt we have gotten since, was that animated series where he's shooting up his lasers up into the sky? I believe it was the animated series one. So that one was very well done. There we go. Number 44, we have the X-Men team ability. Champions, X-Factor, X-Men, Pilot, and Vehicle keywords. Comes with the trait, Crash the Blackbird enough, you learn to fix things. Support. Support as free, but only to target characters with the robot or vehicle keywords. It does not help us here. For the free support. When Cyclops uses support as free, the chosen character can use ESD until your next turn. Does have a special movement on the top click. For 3 clicks, he has Sidestep and Force Blast. Improved targeting through blocking terrain. Has some pin psi going, toughness, and much needed leadership. Can't go wrong with leadership on any team. And as you see, he does have a stop click there on the tail end. Let's take a look at that one. Take off the glasses. Stop. When this power is first revealed after resolutions, choose a direct line of fire from Cyclops that can't be blocked to the edge of the map. Destroy all blocking terrain along that line of fire, then deal 2 penetrating damage to all characters along that line of fire. Then KO Cyclops. So it is a stop click that does kill your character, but he can do 2 penetrating damage to at least 1 opposing character on his way out, and that's fantastic. You never know when you're going to need that. We're also going to add another one of my favorites from this set. From Deadpool Weapon X to help with the range, since he can also be feasible close up. We're bringing in super rare number 52, Gambit. Love to have a Gambit that is actually playable. I'm not as big a fan of the yellow and blue suit, but head sculpt is on point. I was hoping for a little bit more of an action pose other than just pointing at cards, but still, he is a very capable Gambit. There we go. Has the X-Men team ability and the team player team ability. Comes with the Excalibur, Horseman, Marauders, X-Men, Assassin, and Spy keywords. And comes with a trait. At the pick a card. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll Gambit's card die and place the result on his card, removing any other card dice there. If a Joker is rolled, first turn it to any other result. Gambit can use the effect matching the result of the card on his die. So you don't have to roll it every turn. Once you have the result you want, you can just leave it on there and change it to, and then roll again if you need to. So if you hit a diamond, he modifies attack +1 and gains energy explosion. Heart, you get steel energy, but with all attacks. Clubs is Giant Reach 5 with Quake. And Spades is modify range +1 and gain penetrating psychic blast. That's probably my favorite, but nice to know that there are options. He does have improved targeting with adjacency, a special movement, and a special defensive power, along with some prob and some precision strike. There we go. It has a second trait as well. Maybe I've got a card up my sleeve. Stealth, Force Blast. Force Blast is free, but only to target an adjacent character. There's the special movement power is Leap Climb. When Gambit is given a move action and moves 5 squares or less after resolutions, he may make an attack. That is just a fancy way of saying he can do running shot. Also has the Cajun Charm defensive power with super senses and toughness. And then there you can see on the bottom are what his die looks like. There's 2 Jokers and then 1 of each suit. I believe he has a range of 5 with 2 targets. So he can potentially be troublesome, especially since he has that probability control as well. Very nice to have another good Remy LeBeau. That leaves us with 45 points. And at 40 points from the Avengers Hellfire Gala set, we are going to bring in She-Hulk. Why She-Hulk? Because, well, look at that sculpt. I wanted to use her, so we're going to use her. She's played with the X-Men before, why not? We're going to bring her in our 40-point click. So it is only 4 clicks long. Has the team player team ability, so she can get X-Men if you want her to. Avengers, Defenders, Fantastic Four, Heroes for Hire, Lady Liberators, Shield, X-Men, and Celebrity Keywords. Has the Gala Invite trait that we've seen before. Also has the High Fashion Pearl Belt and Rimless Sunglasses trait. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits and a 10 with 2 5s was rolled, after resolutions, hit characters can't use Outwit, Perplex, or Probability Control until your next turn. Very nice. Does have Charge, Super Strength, and Close Combat Expert, as well as improved targeting through hindering, blocking, and characters. Does have a special defensive power on her top click, and that is only invincible super senses, and that is protected Outwit. So odds of her getting knocked out in one hit are slim. It's possible, but they'd have to try to tear through that invincible to do it. Very functional for only 40 points, so we had to get her in there. That does leave us with 5 points, so pretty much we're going to do the safe thing, and we are just going to put the Bucky's Arm object onto Colossus to give him Close Combat Expert throughout, and a little bit of Super Senses just in case. So that is my take on a Colossus-based 300-point Modern Theme team for the X-Men. Again, had to do something with Colossus and Manifold. It just made sense to me. Let me know what you think, if you think that is a combo worth trying out in competitive play, or if just something fun to annoy your friends whenever you play at your local game store. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.